The two masks of theatre, comedy and tragedy, and occasionally, just occasionally, as in the Bacchae, those two masks are fused together. But at the moment, diplomacy has become farce, and we're watching this unfold. What should be tragedy is played as farce, one in which Donald Trump seems more loyal to Putin than his own country, his allies, or any coherent principle of peace. And yet, bizarrely, he continues to present himself as the great peacemaker. But this peace, such as it is a Potemkin ceasefire, cosmetic, strategic, and almost entirely favourable to Moscow. Let's be absolutely clear, there are no real peace terms, not today, not under this configuration. What we're witnessing is a theatrical pause, crafted to serve Russian interests and to give Trump the illusion of diplomatic success. The ceasefire in the Black Sea, a region where Russia was already losing, is symbolic in its emptiness. It allows Putin to posture, Trump to declare victory, and Ukraine to be quietly determined. And undermined, of course. Peter Ricketts, the former UK National Security Advisor, has summed it up rather starkly in another YouTube video. The idea that senior US officials were discussing sensitive military operations in a signal chat with a journalist accidentally looped in illustrates not only profound carelessness, but juvenile machismo. As he put it, it's horrifying but not unsurprising. This is not how serious states conduct national security. This is locker room global politics masquerading as leadership. Phillips O'Brien, the professor at St Andrews, said on LBC that Ukraine had been knifed in the back, and he's right. The ceasefire, partial, vague, already violated, was sold to Kyiv with promises of greater support should Russia renege. Instead, we see sanctions relief for Moscow being touted, baked into the deal, leaving President Zelensky humiliated and exposed. And here is the crux. Trump isn't just inept. He's aligned. He's made no serious criticism of Putin since 2017. He's attacked Canadians, Europeans, Ukrainians, but not the man responsible for launching Europe's largest land war since 1945. Trump is loyal to one thing, himself, but in Putin he sees a mirror. Authoritarian, unaccountable, admired by the extreme right. As one commentator has put it, Trump hasn't been loyal to his wives, to his vice president, or to his country, but he has been loyal to Putin. The United States has enormous leverage, economic, military, diplomatic, but it's choosing not to use it. Instead, the Trump faction is parenting Russian talking points, dragging Ukraine into a ceasefire it didn't want, with terms it didn't choose. This isn't negotiation, it's capitulation dressed up as pragmatism, and Europe, for its part, remains dangerously indecisive. There's talk of peacekeeping forces, of a European sky shield. That would be superb, of boots on the ground, but without American support, and in the absence of clear political will, these remain aspirations, not strategies. Macron and Starmer may mean well, and they'll get together tomorrow, but as Ricketts warns, Europe cannot do this alone, yet. Not militarily, not without great sacrifice. Maybe it's time to make that sacrifice. And not without the US backstop. The greatest danger now is that the large European states, Germany, France, and even the UK, may ultimately pressure Ukraine to accept the Trump-Putin deal out of fear of alienating Washington. That would not just be a betrayal, it would be a strategic blunder of historic proportions, worse than 1918, worse than the Versailles Treaty. And that, of course, is summed up so brilliantly by John Maynard Keynes' book, The Economic Consequences of the Peace. He lays out perfectly in 1918 why this war will be revived. And so we're left with the grim realization we're entering not a period of peace, but of suspended conflict, where Ukraine is diplomatically isolated, Europe is strategically adrift, and Russia is negotiating with one hand while shelling with the other. And rearming, of course. Ceasefire? No, this is a theatre of peace, not peace itself. But like all bad theatre, it ends not with applause, but with silence and the unsettling feeling that the real drama is still to come.